morning, traders. Q-Man here with Tetro Capital, and this is your morning tape talk. Let's take a look here at the SPY. You can see light volume bounce back to the underside of the 50-day moving average. Not your ideal bullish technical setup. Stranger things have happened, however, and I think we got to keep an open mind. But let's not be shocked in the event that we make our way back to this 130 mark or so and then roll over from here. That would be the bearish confirmation of a new downtrend. I think at this moment, if the market or the S&P 500 stays below the 50-day moving average and it starts to sort of move down or roll over, it's got to be a short-term market only. If you're not comfortable playing short-term, or if you're not comfortable shorting altogether, then it's a market to remain in cash. Take a look at the Qs. A pretty wide margin here, not as healthy as the SPY, not even as close to the 50-day moving average. Why? Well, the fruit is the culprit. Take a look at Apple languishing here as 20% of the Qs, and that's why it is underperforming. If the market starts to get weak again, this is where you want to look to get short. You could use the Qs or you could use the inverse via QID. I think any movement underneath the 50-day moving average, again, has to be this sort of guilty until proven innocent market, in my opinion. Keep an eye on that. IWM healthier than most. Take a look at this shot right back above the 50-day moving average. This is definitely the anomaly. The SPY, Qs, diamonds, etc. still below the 50-day moving average, which tells me that speculators are still in the market looking for some shorter-term opportunities. I wouldn't take this as your grand market theme. I would stick to the SPY or the Qs as far as figuring out the general direction, but nonetheless, it tells you that there's still speculation in the market, which leads me to some shorter-term plays that I'm looking at for today, Tuesday, March 22nd. Take a look at China Natural Gas, ticker symbol CHNG. It's a little guy, trades under 500,000 shares a day, has been putting in a bottom, it seems like, for the last 7 to 8 months. Natural gas has started to bottom as well, and there's new life in the sector. So keep an eye on CHNG. Any backing and filling in here, any light volume consolidation, I would be a buyer with a stop below this 520 mark. However, if the stock continued to run from here over yesterday's high of 564, I would also be a buyer, albeit in smaller shares, again with a stop below this 520 mark. Keep an eye on CHNG. How about GMXR, another little natural gas guy? Also looking to be bottoming over the last couple of years. Looks like it's put in this big double bottom. It did break down here, which makes the pattern stronger if and only if it can get back above these levels right here. I think this key mark, in my opinion, is the 560 range. GMXR needs to get back above 560, and I think we're off to the races. You got to use a pretty wide stop, though. I think you got to use 490 or so. 490, 560, that's 70 cents, well over a 10% stop. But you're looking for an outsized move. You're not just looking for this short-term burst. You're looking for a move maybe back to 7 or even 8 if things get silly. So keep an eye on GMXR. Last but not least, take a look at Hyperdynamics. These sort of small oil and gas plays seem to come and go. This one is setting up very, very nice. It's getting some accumulation in the last couple days. I'm looking for a move over $6. I also, giving this a wide stop, would put a stop right around 515 or so, giving it, again, a pretty wide leash. Why? Because I'm looking for an outsized move. I'm not looking for a little wiggle. I think playing these little guys, people can tend to get caught up in the wiggles. As long as the small caps remain healthy, I think you can give them that leash and let them play out. I think shorter-term trading can be applied to the larger caps, the thicker stocks. You can hit and run. But if you want to play these these smaller cap names that are a little more volatile, or a lot more volatile, I think you got to give them a little bit longer leash if they break. This is the Q-Man signing off. Enjoy your day and trade them well. Take care.